All right, fucking ladies and gentlemen, we are back, bro. UFC 318 is this Saturday. Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. Max Holloway's return after getting chinned by the greatest UFC fighter of all time. Just kidding. But man, let's just get into it. Your first early thoughts. I mean, bro, fight night's so good they made it a pay-per-view type shit. You know what I mean? Like this is the greatest fight night of all time. And yeah, they made it into a freaking pay-per-view. It's there are some good matchups on here. Like let's keep it real. Actually, a lot of these matchups are really really good. They're just a little lopsided, and then the matchups that are really good, they're not enough for like a pay per view. Like the ones that you kind of wanted, like the ones that you really are excited for, which we'll get into, they're not good enough for a pay per like to be a main card, and it's not good enough to stand alone. You know, we needed more. But let's just get into it, man. Carly Judice, Nicole Cagliari. I'm going with Carly Judice. I know she just got the winning that really good head kick recently, but other than that, she's just really really good. She has pretty underrated striking. She has pretty good grappling defense and grappling, and apparently she's actually from Louisiana. So you know this is like a little hometown fighter to start off the card, a dangerous striker, and I'm just gonna lean in on that. I want to lean in on that because you know I want to be. Well, actually, let me get this out of the way. I'm gonna be at the card, my first card I remember going to, and I would really like it if we could see some hometown love for a girl getting her win in front of the crowd, and I just think that'd be badass. So part of me is picking some of these fights because I want to be in the crowd and see how people react when they happen. So that might be a little bit of bias, like some in person bias, but I'm going with Carly Judice. Next, Bruno Fajea, Jackson McVeigh. Bruno Fajea was actually supposed to fight Ikram on this fight, Ikram Aliskerov. That fight fell through because you know they always pull out kings. Just kidding. I bet you let's say this. I bet you Ikram is gonna be fighting like Cedric Dumas in the Abu Dhabi card in like October. I bet you anything. That's gonna be like main card opener. Ikram Aliskerov versus Cedric Dumas because you know they just love patting these guys' records up. I feel like this. Obviously, the Whitaker fight was a real test, but I think with someone on his level, this is going to be a real test. But I'm going to go with Bruno Fajea. Jackson McVeigh was actually supposed to make a short notice debut earlier. I mean, at the end of last month at 317, didn't end up happening. His opponent missed weight, so they cut him from the promotion entirely, and now here he is stepping in on short notice against Bruno Fajea. Still short notice, about like a 2 week short notice, maybe at like 3 weeks notice. I don't think it's enough to beat Bruno Fajea. Bruno Fajea is very good, has very durable, really good striking, good submissions. He just got a submission win recently, so he's showing that off in his game. I'm just gonna go with him. This should be honestly a pretty easy finish for him. I think that's a lock. Now Ryan Spann, Lucas Brzeski, however the hell you say that dumbass last name. Dude, Lucas Brzeski and Austin Lane, they're brothers, dude. They're cut from the same cloth. They are just cannon fodder for the heavyweight division. Everybody that's on the come up, they sacrifice them to those two dudes. I mean, they sacrifice these two dudes to them. And I think like this is another one of those. Ryan Spann, they try to give him a jump up in competition right there in the rankings against Waldo Cortez Acosta. And he had maybe there was some moments where he was having like glimpses of success, but it wasn't enough. And Waldo Cortez Acosta is good. Despite him being pretty much besides him being morbidly obese, he is pretty damn good. He fucked up Ryan Spann. I don't want to pick Ryan Spann, but I can't pick Lucas Brzeski to beat him. So I'm gonna have to go with Ryan Spann. That one should be a guaranteed finish though. Either way, Marcin Prachnio versus Jimmy Crute. Man, this is hard, man. Jimmy Crute went to war with Rodolfo Bellato and ended up being a draw. And then Rodolfo Bellato turned out to be a freaking Oscar winner flopper. Trash motherfucker who should be cut from the sport for that shit. But, man, Marcin Prachnio. Prachnio has, man, am I going to go with Prachnio? This one's a real toss-up. This one's a real 50-50. I think I'm going to go with Jimmy Crute, honestly. I think he showed great durability. He showed pretty good striking. People don't rate his striking that highly, and I understand why, because he goes to just draws a lot. He doesn't have a whole lot of finishes on his record. But if you're in the pocket with him, he's gonna hit you, and he's gonna hit you fucking hard. And Marcin Prachnio, he has really good striking, but he gets touched up as well. and he just got submitted, and I could see Jimmy Crute like submitting him, like in a similar fashion to the way Modestas Bukowski submitted him, like just dragging him around, trading hard in the pocket, and then he's gonna eventually just smother him up against the cage, drag him to the ground, maybe lock up a rear naked, lock up a head and arm triangle, just something along those lines. I just see it. But it would be cool to see Marcin Prachnio get the win. But I just think Jimmy Crute's going to win. So I'm going to go with Jimmy Crute. Adam Fugit, Islam Dulatov. I'm going to go with Islam Dulatov. He's got his win off the Contender Series, finally making his debut. It's literally been like 9 months. Whatever, bro. He's just good. He's 11-1. Adam Fugit is not that good. He's got a few losses on his record, but he just doesn't look very skilled. Islam Dulatov, he's at least fast and dangerous. So we're going to rely on that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rely on that. Hopefully he can put away Adam Fugit, not go to war with him, because that would be embarrassing. And that one should be over quick. All right, prelims, man. The prelims I'm actually excited for. Ateba Gartier, Robert Valentin. I'm going to go with Ateba Gartier. Robert Valentin has yet to win a fight in the UFC. Lost to Ryan Loder in the tough finale, and then he got smothered on the ground by Torres Finney, got laid on. It's just really embarrassing stuff, but also I just feel like he doesn't have like a really good fight IQ. He has good finishes. He has interesting dynamic striking. He goes for interesting things on the feet, but I just don't think he really puts it all together well. And he had some good finishes on Tough, but it's just not enough to make me believe in you that you could beat Ateba Gartier. Not that Ateba Gartier is just some amazing fighter, but I mean he's got wins. He's got pretty good dynamic striking as well, and I think he puts things together well. He's more of like a well-rounded MMA fighter. He has better fight IQ. So I'm going to rely on that. I'm going to rely on that for Ateba Gartier, and I'm going to pick him to win. Francisco Prado, Nikolai Vretnikov. First of all, Francisco Prado, he should not be in welterweight. He did lose to Jake Matthews in his last fight, in his welterweight debut, which is fine. Jake Matthews is very good. We just saw him get a one-round submission, like a 20-second submission over Chidi Njokuani last weekend. But it's just the fact that he shouldn't be in there. He is really small, and he's dense, and he's got a chin. So whatever Retnikov tries to do to him, I think he could probably take it on the feet, but he's just too small. Like, he should probably be down in featherweight. But the thing is, though, he's already bulked up to welterweight. I don't know. Like, he'd have to take, like, a year and a half off to, like, adequately get down to 145, which I'm pretty sure he's not willing to do. So he should have just stayed at lightweight. I understand he went to war with Zoe Huber and he lost, but that doesn't mean like you'll never rise up again from that loss. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even know the rationale for moving up from lightweight to welterweight after taking that loss. Like, the guys there are bigger and they hit harder. And yeah, you might have a better chin because you're not as weight drained, but I don't know, man. I would really like to know the thought process behind that. But I am going to pick him to beat Nikolai Veretnikov. Nikolai Veretnikov is not very good himself. He's lost to a Bellator guy in his debut. A guy who's also making his debut, I believe. Was it Paige Van Zandt's boyfriend or husband? He's just not that good. That's just really what it comes down to. This guy is aight. Francisco Prado is also aight, but I think he's more aight, as an MMA fighter. So I'm going to pick him. All right, Brendan Allen, Marvin Vettori. This fight should be on the main card. This should arguably be the co-main. These are some established middleweights. I'm going to pick Brendan Allen, another hometown boy, but also he's just a better fighter. Yeah, he does make dumbass mistakes, but he goes to war with some really good guys in middleweight. His last fight, not his last fight, but his last fight, yeah, he had a good round. He got a good fight with Anthony Hernandez, but also he freaking had a really good fight against Nasruddin Imavov, who's one win away from a title shot. I think he really is a good fighter. He doesn't make the best decisions at times, but fighting someone like Marvin Vettori, this should be an easy walk in the park. He is a more well-rounded MMA fighter. He's just better in every way. The durability may not be as good as Marvin Vettori's, but that's because Marvin Vettori his skull is made out of vibranium. Like, you could probably shoot him in the head and he'd probably still walk it off, at least for a couple seconds, and then die 10 minutes later. But you could shoot him in the head, like you could hit him with a car and he'd be fine. Like this, he's insane. But that's all he has going for him. Um, and also, I don't really know where his head's at. I know they have beef, and that's a big part. So hopefully they talk some shit. Well, they won't be talking shit because they're on the fucking prelim, so they won't even be at the presser. But whatever. Um, like without getting too much into it, Marvin Vittori has suffered a loss in his family. It's very, very sad. So who knows where his head's also really at? He might be even more checked out than before. He's also been talking about retirement, like he was saying. He's like, I got one more fight. He's been saying stuff like that before he fought Roman Dolidze. So I think if he takes this loss, he could just retire right there in the cage. But I'm going to pick Brendan Allen. Vinicius Oliveira, Kyler Phillips. Vinicius Oliveira is the fucking man. Got 3 wins in the UFC. Said Nurmagomedov. Mario Batista. No, not fucking Mario Batista. The other guy, Ricky Simone. And Bernardo Sopai. Oh, man, he's awesome. I really like Vinicius Oliveira. I really do. And a lot of people do. Kyler Phillips is also quite good. And it's not, he did lose the Rob Font fight in a kind of embarrassing fashion. It really seemed like he had nothing had nothing for him. But, man, dude, Vinicius Oliveira, it's not that necessarily that Kyler Phillips is bad. It's just that Vinicius Oliveira is that good. He has an insane pace, great at fight IQ, great scrambling abilities. He's great finishing abilities, great striking. I feel like he really does just have it all going for him as a fighter right now. And I'm not sure if he could be champ, but as of right now, he's definitely top 5 material. And he's going to be like a big name in bantamweight, I'm predicting. So I'm really, really, really hoping he gets this win. This is one I'm really going to be excited for. So I'm picking Vinicius Oliveira to win pretty convincingly. I feel like that one's also a lock on this card. So let's move on to the main card. Daniel Zellhuber, Michael Johnson. Daniel Zellhuber, Michael Johnson, yeah, he's on a 2-fight win streak, but he's a fucking unk, man. He's an unk. He shouldn't be fighting Daniel Zellhuber, but they've been going back and forth, so hopefully they talk some shit at the presser, but I don't even know what is like the thought process in this matchmaking. I get it. They want to fight each other. They're both unranked. Michael Johnson's a name. He's on a 2-fight win streak. I get it. But why? At the same time, but why? Daniel Zellhuber should win this pretty easily. He went to war with Ribovich, and who's also very good himself. He did take an L, but he has great chin, great pacing, good cardio. And I feel like, he really overcame some genuine adversity to the point where anything Michael Johnson has for him, he's already seen before, he's already dealt with, and he should easily dispose of Michael Johnson, in my opinion. And that's why I'm picking Daniel Zellhuber to win. Next, Pitbull Dan Ige. I just don't care for Pitbull. Does anybody actually care? He's 38 years old. Jesus Christ, bro. And Dan Ige is considered like an old guy in featherweight. And he's only 33. I just think Dan Ige is better. And yeah, people. One thing that people have been pointing out is the grappling. Pitbull is grappling. And he did eventually get a takedown on Yair. And Yair is way taller and he's way rangier, so I can see why he wasn't able to easily implement his grappling. But I think we have seen Dan Ige get controlled, but I think Dan Ige is also very good at distance management. And I think if Pitbull tries to go for a takedown, he's going to see it coming a mile away. This guy's slow. He has nothing, and he has nothing on the feet. I don't think for Dan Ige. I think Dan Ige is really honestly going to piece him the fuck up. Not sure if he'll finish him. I don't think that's in the cards, but I do really think that he will just piece up Pitbull and just, get this freaking Bellator guy where he belongs, either out of the UFC or in the unranked, pool of other unranked fighters. I really like Dan Ige. I'm hoping he wins this. I'm going to pick him to win this. And I'll say this just to be preemptive because I'm so confident in this pick. Rematch of Dan Ige, Josh Emmett for a fight night. Fight night main event. Straight up. Do it in a crowded arena sometime in the fall, or the UFC likes to put on really banger fight nights in December for like the last card of the year. Put it then. Like that's a really good main event. Or if you can find something better, put it at least as a co-main, like 5-round co-main main event. That's badass, dude. I'll take that any day. Next, Kevin Holland, D-Rod. It's D-Rod, bro. D-Rod's honestly a pretty mid welterweight. I don't see him chinning Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's a really good chin. He is really good jiu-jitsu. And yeah, we've seen him get dominated a little bit, so here and there, but he has really good jiu-jitsu, especially at 170. I feel like he does have a strength advantage, definitely has a reach advantage, um, and I feel like he's just super durable, super fast, very confident on the feet. I really don't think D-Rod has anything that could really like shut down Kevin Holland. Like he's not JDM, he's not Kamzat. Like Kevin Holland, despite his record and all the L's he takes, he does lose to really really good Kamzat, JDM, the Wonder Boy fight. He broke his hand. He was honestly losing, but he did break his hand. Very unfortunate. Who else? Well, Roman Dolidze broke his ribs. But I mean, he loses to good comp and good comp only. I want him to win this. I'm picking him to win this. And when he wins, do him versus Gilbert Burns. Honestly, why not? If they're not going to do Colby, if Colby's just that much of a pussy, doesn't want to fight nobody, do Kevin Holland, Gilbert Burns. I'll take that. Fight night main event. Or, you could put that you could also put that on the pay-per-view main card. You can do it for like 321. Kevin Holland will definitely be ready for it. But I'm picking Kevin Holland. Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. I just don't trust Paulo Costa anymore. Does anybody trust Paulo Costa anymore? He's not the same. Ever since Adesanya dog walked him, dude, ever since that fight, and that fight was in, like 2019? He's only won one fight. And that was against old-ass Luke Rockhold. He just doesn't sit down on punches. He's got, good pace. He can, he likes to pressure a lot, but his defense isn't that good. People always talk about his grappling, but he never fucking uses it. So I doubt we'll see it then, even if he is losing and he's desperate for a win. I doubt he'll use it because he's not smart. And yeah, I feel like he's just lost all his confidence ever since that Adesanya loss. And I understand, but brother, you gotta go out there and at least try. Like, yeah, he got finished then, but no one's been able to finish you since. So just be confident. I don't know, man. I'm trying to hype him up. I'm trying to send good energy out there, but he's not going to listen to me. He doesn't even know me. But I'm going to take Roman Kopylov to win this, honestly. His striking's just better. He actually tries. He's confident in his abilities. He's not afraid of anybody in the middleweight. At least, definitely not Paulo Costa. Honestly, this should just be not a walk in the park. Paulo Costa, he's going to sting him a little bit, but it's going to be pretty one-sided, in my opinion. So I'm going to take Roman Kopylov. Next, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, the trilogy. The end-all, be-all, the last dance for our guy, Dustin Poirier. Man, I mean, let's just say who I'm going to pick and why. I'm going to pick Max Holloway. I know the only way I see him losing is him getting actually, like, chinned. Like, his chin is cracked. Like, it's done. Like, he has no durability anymore, which would be very, very devastating to see. But I don't think that's the case. He took the L to Ilya, respectable, whatever, and now he's like, okay, I'm done with 45. I'm 155 only. Let me bulk back up. Let me hydrate up. And let me, take this time off, an adequate amount of time off. It's been, like 7 months, 8 months. And let's just get back into training and we'll do our thing. And we'll get back in there. I respect that. I like that. Max Holloway's awesome. He's got great striking. He's shown great durability. He's always had a great pace. He's also he's way younger, and he's still in his prime. I do think he's still in his prime. And if he's not in his prime, he's less out of his prime than Dustin Poirier is. Dustin Poirier is like completely out of his prime, in my opinion. And not just because of the Islam loss. I was thinking that before. Oh, man, Dustin Poirier, he's just old. Bad hip. He looks fit right now. But, I mean, everyone looks fit, like, on fight week. It's just... I think this is the last dance. I think he knows, at the end of the day, he knows in the back of his head he wants to have a war and he wants to go out on a shield, and he knows in the back of his head this is the last one. So I'm not going to say I don't want to say he's like not going to try hard, but he's just like, I'm going to leave it all out there. He's going to put himself in bad positions. Like, it's going to be like a Korean Zombie type performance, I think. Like when he retired against Max Holloway. Like, he's going to really try the first couple rounds. And then if he feels like Max is just one step ahead of him, he's just going to charge in. And he's going to land big shots like the way Korean Zombie did. Korean Zombie knocked Max Holloway's head back hard in that fight. Rewatch it, especially in round 3 when the beginning, because he knew he was down. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it. He starched Max a little bit, a couple times. But I think that's what's going to happen to Dustin Poirier. I think he's going to get reckless. I don't think he's going to get finished. I think he's too durable for that. But he's just going to get reckless in those later rounds. and then that's where Max is really going to pick him apart and land crazy shots, and that's where we're really going to see the war. I don't think the war is going to start in round 1 or 2. I think it's going to be around 3, 4, 5. If it does end in a finish, Max Holloway's going to finish him in round 4 or 5, but I honestly just think it's going to go to a decision, and that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I am going to the actual event, so maybe I'll try and get some crowd reactions to some crazy shit, post it in like the shorts or something. But let me know what you guys think about these picks. Let's go.